Okay, awesome. All right, let's get started. So welcome to week 10. Hope it's been a good March for all of you so far. Let's take a quick gander. Do we have a instructor for next week? Would you happen to know, Kurt?
No.
Okay. I
Well,
think part of it is on me to talk to Rob, and then yeah, I gotta, oops.
I think Dennis was maybe trying to get Dan Sheridan or another guy.
Yeah, let me cool. All right. Good homework to do. We got a holiday coming up on the 29th. Didn't know about that. Okay, good to know.
29.
Good Friday, market is closed. Easter weekend.
Oh,
So let me make a note because I don't know about that.
hmm.
May 29th, right? Good Friday, market closed. Okay. All right. Awesome. So 29th and cool. We'll keep you guys posted on the monthly meeting though, however. Cool. Got lots of fun idiots of the week for you guys. Wall Street bets, of course. One loser lost his great grandmother's inheritance, of course, doing some YOLO stuff. Another fool lost $250,000 just playing Mara. Um, and I forgot what this what this one was. Something about YOLOing. So yeah, cool. Um, And yeah, so we'll go over the idiots of the week. We'll do our index overview, of course. And I got a snapshot of some cool data that's coming out today. Lots of fun stuff. We got um, Jerome Powell talking at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And no, wait, 2? No, 12. Okay. And other fun stuff. We'll take a look at Association of American Individual Investors in just a sec. We'll look at the Fear and Greed Index from CNN, specifically the Market Breadth Index. We got great data from our Stock Traders Almanac, of course, and we'll look at sector rotation. And I already pasted screenshots here. And again, this is slightly stale data from Tuesday close, but I think it's still useful for our purposes. And
Hey, go back to that calendar. You said 2 p.m. Powell. What's your time zone you're using?
oh,
He
actually,
was at 7 a.m.
he was at 7? Well, this is 3. What is this one? It says 3 here.
Did you blow it up?
Yeah, I pulled it off of
Don't see it.
I thought he already spoke yesterday, no?
And today.
Oh, and
yeah.
today.
Did I look this up wrong?
So there was a speech, and then there was Congress that he was making testimony. I think
So,
that's what it was.
so what he's speaking about today? Like the
Look at
rates or?
oh, I don't know.
Anyway,
Looks like it's changed. So yeah. Schedule's changed. Okay. I'm not sure.
Well,
just
it's your time zone. Do you see how it says GMT?
There we go. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm in the wrong time zone. Oh, that makes more sense.
That's
I'm
kind
not
of important.
kind of important. Yeah. So this is GMT 8.
before I forget, the Fed has a 0 probability on the 20th, and a 20% on May 1st, and then 60% on June 16, or no, 12th.
Mm,
So whatever you read in the newspaper is just, nonsense.
got it. Got it.
Numbers
There
can't.
might be one total this whole year. There might be one cut. That's my guess. They keep pushing it off.
Yeah, let me. I have the chart up. Let me find out what the
Sweet. Yeah,
top one says.
cool. Awesome. Good catch. Thank you guys. Yeah, we'll look at sector rotation, of course, for the subsectors, and we'll look at the individual tickers. So if you guys have anything you guys want to add in here, happy to do that. We'll look at earnings What else is cooking for today? I haven't glanced yet. What did we play yesterday for most of us? American Eagle and Burlington Factory or something? Both I think did well. Oh, today we got lots of fun stuff. MongoDB, Costco, Broadcom. I don't like the list view. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Got some semiconductors, some SaaS stuff. Cool. Got Gap. Smith and Wesson. Okay. All right, awesome. Looks like some fun stuff. And anything fun for tomorrow? Let's see. Chinese solar here. What else? Nothing really interesting tomorrow. Mostly today. All right. Costco. All right. Hey, welcome, Rob.
Hey guys.
Welcome, welcome. Dropping the notes for you, Rob. All right, cool. Yeah, so take a look at earnings. We'll look at what the retail fish are talking about on Swaggy stocks and Reddit and Wall Street Bets. We'll look at a couple of news articles. Oh, I added a new black swan to our list. It is the magnetic pole shift, which is the geomagnetic reversal. There's been some talk about this as a potential threat. So I wanted to get this on this, or get this on the list. So this is when the north and south magnetic poles switch. That would probably destroy land, sea, and air navigation for a little bit.
A lot more than that. It changes weather. And it doesn't have to flip completely. It can flip like 30 degrees.
What would it change?
The magnetic field for the whole world.
Yeah, but so I look outside. The sun still comes up on one side. I put a stick in the ground. I figure out where south
Okay,
is.
okay. Look it up. I'm not gonna.
Can it actually happen though?
Yes,
Magnetic
it's
field
happened
shift.
quite a
It
few
can?
times.
It's
Yeah.
happened
Yeah.
multiple times. Yeah. So
And
It
we
has?
yeah,
they
yeah.
keep
It
on
happens
seeing
about
the,
every
warning.
320,000 years. That's
We've
on
all had azimuth offsets on our paper maps.
What?
Yeah, that's how they mapped the ocean, Atlantic Ocean ridge zones. Because it's then the magnetic fields will be frozen in time due to the magma
What
freezing.
what's the causes for that to happen?
It's called climate change, and just the Earth moves, right? It used to be
Well,
all one continent, right?
and the Earth's core is liquid, so it's tossing
Mostly liquid
around.
iron.
Yeah, it's all kinds of, there's a lot of variables, but the Earth isn't solid at the core.
You can find videos. Go on YouTube,
Yeah.
magnetic flip or whatever.
Yeah, this is a known thing. I mean, when you're in a Stone Age society, this doesn't matter as much. But for us, this will change a lot of things. Cool.
It probably won't happen in our lifetime though.
Oh no, we're not sure. That's the correct answer. We're not sure. The correct answers are you prepared either way.
Oh,
Uh,
there's a big
how-
asteroid swinging past in the next year.
But how can we prepare for things like this?
It's
I
the
mean,
same way we prepare for the next big earthquake.
Supplies,
We don't know.
redundancies, Faraday bags.
mhm.
I mean, I think EMP protocol covers a lot overlaps a fair bit with this, but yeah.
Well, learn to live a simple life. If you learn to live a simple life and you cook like you'll be fine.
Life without ECUs for starters.
Buy puts on Nvidia though.
That's on NVIDIA.
That will be a good preparation for that.
Puts for NVIDIA.
I'm just preparing fucked and gone.
That's
Dead
awesome.
in 2 years.
By
Okay.
the 500 put on Nvidia, right?
Something like that. So yes,
Yeah.
this is a thing. But yeah, if there's anything else, please let me know. We'll add it to the list. I think we're pretty
I
good.
thought of something. What about the
Yes.
cyber, what is that called?
We
Cyber
cyber
attack?
attacks, yeah, we do have that.
Oh, okay, cyber
Yeah.
attack. Thinking about that and
Yeah. I think this is relatively stable since last week, but looks like the banking crisis might be happening again. Okay, cool. Let's get going. Theaters of war. Thank you to Kurt for adding our Guyana and Venezuela territorial dispute here. But yeah, for a VIX of 14, we have a lot of active war sites. All right, good stuff. And where are we on the emotional guide to investing? I guess it depends if you're an NVIDIA holder or not, right? But yeah. I got a cool article here. We'll look at the best and worst of February and the year-to-date figures. As I mean, this is no surprise, but the average American FICO score is going down, you know. And what else? We'll look at the major unfunded liability of Social Security and Medicare clocking at $176 trillion or 175. And we'll take a look at this shenanigan of New York Community Bank Corp getting an instant cash injection, which turned my soft shorts slightly upside down. You bastards. They're just cheating. So, but yeah. Let's see what else. I got some good charts here on the potentially overheated markets, but we'll take a look at that. Lots of fun currency news. Bank of Japan will be potentially raising rates. So we'll take a look at that. And this might flip the USD and Japanese pairs trade a little bit. What else? Bitcoin's making all-time highs, of course. We'll take a look at that. And Lambos are sold out until 2026.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's top silver's market cap. So great there. Let's see. Mystery Whale has accumulated 3 billion in Bitcoin in the last 15 months. I posted this in Discord. And then Ed mentioned that this is probably a nation state. But all of the nation state addresses we know. So it's interesting that this one is relatively unknown. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for that. Pivoting to domestic news, we'll look at the latest Hertz and Tesla figures. And there's lots of Tesla news today. I saved it for the bottom here. And as you know, Tesla is not doing very well. And this has affected, I mean, there's a number of factors. There was an eco-terrorist attack in Germany at the Berlin site. We'll take a look at that really quickly. And because of the sell-off in Tesla, Elon is no longer, king shit anymore on Turd Mountain. So I believe Jeff Bezos is back at the #1 spot. And meanwhile, we'll take a look at other fun car stats and the car-related stocks, as well as the car value index from the Chicago school with the Manheim numbers. And other fun domestic news. This is very Americana, but the sort of appetite suppression marketplace between what is it? Novo and what's the other company? Eli Lilly. They're getting very popular. So we'll take a look at that. And I mean, with the sheer obesity numbers in the West, it's no surprise that this is the standard procedure. Create the problem.
Cut them all off.
What?
$1,000 a month is insane, basically.
Of course, yeah. But yeah, create the problem, sell the solution.
Tell them to not buy anything. If they don't have junk food in the house, they won't eat it all.
No, that's a serious problem. And speaking of obesity, I learned that the highest obesity rates are in Mongolia.
Wow.
I heard recently that mankind has now crossed the threshold of undernutrition, or they talk about malnutrition and being starving. So we've now crossed over. So where too much food is more harmful to humanity than not enough food.
Ironic. Yeah.
Food is too cheap. They need to inflate more. Raise the price.
Fructose corn syrup. What can we say? Go ahead, Wani.
You said Mongolia is the most obese
For
country?
Asia, I mean, it's Mongolian obesity. It's a toss-up between the Polynesians and the Mongolians.
Wow.
So here,
But then again, have you ever seen Samoan woman?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Rock's mom.
It's a little intense. But yeah, let's see. High obesity, yeah, among
It's
Mongolians.
it's hard to imagine though.
They talk on how their diet has changed in the past 50 years.
Yeah,
Both Samoans and Mongolians.
I mean, they're not drinking mare's blood anymore, right? They're drinking, you know, Coca-Cola and stuff. But yeah. What is there a Miss Mongolia? Miss World Mongolia?
I believe, yeah, there is. She's stunning, very tall.
Looks rather Korean. Well, I mean, Korea, I mean, the Mongol Empire did cover chunks of Korea and China. So, yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So yes, besides fat people, let's see. Let's see. Pivoting to airplanes, we'll look at some Boeing news. Airbus orders are head and shoulders over Boeing. So we'll look at potential short opportunities with BA. And we'll take a closer look at Spirit and their disaster as nobody wants them. We'll take a look at cannabis. We haven't talked about this in a while, and cannabis stocks have been a disaster. I used to short ACB quite regularly, but there's like it just collapsed into nothing, and I'll show you guys. In real estate, all kinds of fun stuff here. I thought this was a pretty cool image. This is the Schiller House Index, and here's the overlap of the bubble templates. And look at all these markets. Yeah, fun stuff here. So we'll take a closer look. What else? Gavin Newsom, Mr. Hair Joe himself, continues to put the boot on tax-paying middle-class Americans in California. So yes, we're going to add insult to injury with zero-down interest-free home loans to illegals, which include Chinese nationals, which pisses me off. Okay, we'll look at home listings and their surge. I don't think this is a good sign if people are flipping their homes just to stay solvent, but sure. We'll look at ITB as well. This is our home builder ETF. As we looked at in the past, this has like building materials, paint companies, some construction firms. So yeah, it's very home builder centric. So yeah, this is ITB. And then we'll take a look at tech stocks, of course. I still have this image up here just so we remember there's a world without tech. And Ross isn't here though, but we probably need to update this figure since NVIDIA's what, 918 at the moment. So yes, this is blown up quite nicely. And got some labor union or labor related news here we'll take a look at. And ironically, Dartmouth basketball is apparently the worst in the Ivy League, and they just voted to unionize. Like, this is pathetic. Bunch of loser basketball players at the Ivy League, and they're like, what should we do? Let's pay union dues. Like, ridiculous. But yeah, if you can't win them, I guess unionize. International news. I thought this was like, I know we love global demographics, so I thought this would be fun. And then also Netflix costs across the planet. So I thought that'd be cool to look at. Undersecretary Victoria Nuland has left her post. We're kind of, it's also kind of a rash departure. I'm not sure what happened, but she is responsible for the murder of Gonzalo Lira 2 months ago. So yeah, but she's basically the merchant of death for the Eurozone. But yeah, glad she's at least no longer at the ropes. But I mean, do you trust the devil you know or the one that's incoming? Kind of complicated. But yeah, welcome. Let's see, Michael and Gordon. Let me drop the session notes for you guys. Welcome. Cool. What else? We'll talk oil and commodities with look at uranium. It's been bubbling up quite a bit, and we haven't talked about them a little bit. Gold and silver premiums have slightly dropped, which is kind of nice. Wani, yeah, I need to get back to you and Scott. I was moving yesterday to Hayward, so I've been a little bit busy. But yeah, I'm busy selling off some silver if any of you guys are interested. What else? Oh yeah, gold is what right now? 2158. It's crazy. Awesome. Okay. Meanwhile, gold's new high signals central signals central banks fear inflation. So there's some fun charts here we'll take a look at. And some other fun gold news we'll look at as well. Lots of fun China stuff. You guys probably saw this. iPhone sales have plunged in China, and that's not really like I mean, in terms of the hierarchy for smartphones, at least Asians, at least people like the iPhones substantially more than the Chinese brands, just from a performance and form factor point of view. There's a bit of materialism associated with carrying an iPhone versus like a Huawei or something. Cool. There's some good economic data we'll look at as well. There's been stupid shenanigans between the Chinese Coast Guard ramming Filipino ships. Like, I just don't understand Beijing's stance. Like, as they're imploding, they're just pissing off everyone in their death throes. Like, what are you doing? I don't get it. And they're publishing garbage GDP numbers per the usual. And they even stopped one of their premier's briefing. It's an annual meeting and press conference that they didn't host, which is kind of weird. So yeah, I think it's related to their sort of if we don't report bad news, then it doesn't exist kind of philosophy. And this came out from an interesting video. We've talked about this before in the past, I believe, but like with the youth unemployment, a lot of folks are just laying flats. And there was what's called the 4 no's, which was the youth are not getting married, not having children, not buying houses, and what's the other one? Wasn't it's this not in order, but they're not getting like full-time jobs. And then it's expanded from the 4 no's to the 10 no's, and I'll kind of go over these individually. Cool. So that's this week's news cycle. A little bit lighter than usual, only 49 pages.
Anything new from Angela Chow death?
Oh, I am still a little bit behind. Yeah, Angela Chow, the sister-in-law to Mitch McConnell. There's a lot of yeah, I'm a little bit behind on news cycle on that. So yeah, I need to do some more research. But yeah, she has mysteriously died, and yeah, I don't have any intel on that just yet. But yeah, hopefully I can. Yeah, let me make a note to dig on that a little bit more. Okay, cool. Let's start off with our poll of the week. Let us know where you think the S&P 500 will go by next Thursday. So you should see the poll on your screen. If you guys could vote for us, please. So bullish, sideways, or bearish for the next week. All right, cool. All right, let me share the results. All right, 67% of us say bullish, 22% sideways, and 1 disgruntled individual said bearish. Awesome. All right, we'll see if this changes by the time we finish. All right, cool. All right, fun stuff with idiots of the week. Let's look at our first loser. All right, let's see. Let me zoom in a little bit. 30,000 loss funded by great grandmother's inheritance. Picked one of the worst times to be a Bitcoin bear. Been shorting since 38K. Worst part of all of this, I'm bullish long-term on Bitcoin, and the whole point of this was that I wanted to get even more capital from trading it. I want to invest it back into Bitcoin long-term. Good intentions, very, very, very poor execution. What can I say? Let's see what his screenshots are. Does anyone recognize this broker? This doesn't look like Robinhood, Tasty, or anything else I use.
TradingView,
TradingView? Oh, okay, cool.
just the charts.
Okay. Oh, okay. This kid is 19 years old and a business student. Oh my God. Started day trading in 2018. So that's what, 5 years ago? He was 15. Oh my
He says
God.
definitely not gambling. Definitely
Yeah,
not.
definitely not gambling. At least he knows he's an idiot, like any village idiot. He decided it was a brilliant idea to start shorting Bitcoin at 38,000 since November 2023. So clearly he's not attending our meetings. And even though we have a collection of ideas here regarding crypto, I don't think any of us had the thought that shorting Bitcoin in November was a good idea. But yeah.
My question is how does he short? Oh, on Coinbase. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How
It's,
you short on Coinbase though?
I am not 100% sure.
Yeah, because Coinbase you basically buy and sell.
Maybe he's using
Unless
proxies. Let's see.
oh, it looks like he's not from here. Is that a
You're,
euro?
yeah, he's in Europe.
Oh, so it's in euro.
Um,
Then he can probably trade on
it's less regulated there, yeah.
some other changes. Okay.
But yeah, if you guys want to dig into it, I didn't dive too deeply into it, but yeah, I'll drop this in the chat. Okay. So yes, 19-year-old, like, wow, this is insane. What was I doing at 19? I was year 2 of my candy vending machine business, and I just started trading options. But yeah. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay, cool. 19. All right. Next, second of our 3 losers. Okay, $200,000 loss. The story of love, loss, and effing Mara. So yes, looks like there's a margin call as well. This is definitely Robinhood. What's his caption? High score. This is, I guess, qualifies as loss form for sure. Let's see. So yes, he lost his money. BTC going up, I think. Mara is the best company in all of Kazakhstan. Yes, crypto is definitely in favor, but there's still like daily, if not weekly swings. And this, I guess this guy got caught somewhere. And when you YOLO your account on very short-term options, this tends to happen. So let's see. Yeah, all YOLOs, very short-term buys, and got hosed. And what's the moral of the story? I'm writing this to the bottom or to a multimillionaire. No in
In
between.
between.
And he's just
Sound
gonna
like
walk.
me.
It's just is this you? Is this you, Lonnie?
Sound like
Um,
me.
and I posted our Discord link on an earnings subreddit. So there's a bunch of new folks. It looks like they're really stupid. But yeah, so don't if you see them, talk dumb things in the earnings sub channel on Discord, don't mind them too much. But yeah.
Yeah, Warren, I noticed that too. There are a whole bunch of new people. Who are
Uh,
they?
I posted the link, but then I turned it off because uh there's like way too many people, and I figured like and then Flav messaged
Yeah.
me too. Like some of them these guys are really dumb. Like I don't get it. These guys are like they're not even researching their picks. They're just going one-legged. They're not trading non-directional either. So like to me, like this is really disturbing. So this guy's gonna play Marvel and Oracle, and then he's gonna do Broadcom and Costco if you're rich. I'm like, what? So yeah, clearly he's not selling options, but yeah, that's okay. Um, so yeah, crazy. Okay, next loser story. So to me, like the title of this was incredible. So just imagine, this is our counterparty. This is who we're selling options to. The beautiful thing about this is I can make it all back in one YOLO tomorrow. Like he's just lost 2/3 of his portfolio. It's like, you know what? I can get it all back with the right gamble. Just, God bless these kids. Or lose it all. Then I'd save time. Like this just just crazy like thoughts and ideas here. You're only down 10,000. Okay. All in on CrowdStrike options, blah, blah, blah. There's
Wow.
just like, just pure insanity. The problem is some of these picks are easy. Like if it's AI related, it might work. That's the problem. This insanity is working. So yeah, it's just, as you can see, there's no real redemption between these three stories. This guy's on suicide watch. This person's going to double down. And this person thinks they can make back their losses like on the next trade. It's just crazy to me. Okay. This I still got to look up. But yeah. Oh, this is the book that Larry recommended to us. I'm a little bit behind on your articles, Larry. I'll catch up soon. And then here's our unofficial iron trading rules. Right, iron trading rules. But yes, to not be an idiot, you need to have, a trading plan, position sizing, money management rules, basic risk mitigation, looking at external catalysts, and tracking your trades against the market. And yeah, and you got to have fun. And part of that is making money. So basic parameters. All right, let's go to our index overview and let's look at all of our bad boys. Where is my Thinkorswim? Oh, here we go. Okay. Let's look at Thinkorswim. Cool. Looks like the S&P has gone up a little bit more since we started. You're welcome. And let's go to the option chain. Oh, sorry, today's analytics. Okay, cool. Let's see. Put call ratio is very high for S&P 500. Fair value is about 1.4. Contract sizes is also very high. This is usually adding up both sides. Usually it's like under 300,000. This is substantially higher volume. So the smart money is not convinced that this is sustainable. And we'll probably see a lot of optimism, however, in the sort of lower tiers of the index. So if we shift to the big boy option contracts of SPX, we do see remarkably more optimism. So 1.3 on the put call ratio, and the deltas are not stacked in the 0 to 20 like the future side. All right. And let's go to SPY and see what the retail folks are thinking about. Retail. Well, this is also more optimistic than even SPX. And there's a lot of less volume in the 0 to 20 deltas here. So definitely confirmation of a fragmentation of sentiment across just the S&P 500 family here. So we got the super smart money, the somewhat smart money, and then the dumb money just chilling. All right, here's the NASDAQ, which is having a really nice green day today. And we're seeing, normal trading day, 1.4. So that's very, very normal. Deltas look pretty even. So yeah, just looks like a normal happy day according to the NASDAQ. But that's very tech stacked. So yeah. If we go to Russell 2000, this is the more schizophrenic of the indexes. And this one loves to overreact in general. But yeah, today is pretty optimistic overall. Fair value here is 2.3, 2.4. So this is fairly optimistic for the Russell 2000. And then we have our diamonds, which is the kid that likes to eat glue in the corner. This is ridiculously optimistic. Typically, it's like 1.0 or whatnot. And today is 1.15. So no surprises here. It's also enjoying the sort of green foamy day. But again, also really low liquidity here. So we don't have to read into this too much. And VIX is 14.5, I think. 14.32. Incredible. This is going to stay low and depressed for a while, I'd imagine. Okay, cool. And if we zoom out a little bit, yeah, we've spent a lot of time under the 500-day moving average here, which is in the magenta. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, normally it can't hold this long, and it breaks through at least the 200-day moving average, but we couldn't even do that on the last break in October. But yeah, at some point the the S&P trend will inverse and this will explode back up into 30s at some point, but not anytime soon. But yeah, one day it'll happen. Okay, cool. Let's go back to our notes. Questions, comments? Okay. Let's look at the the American Association of Individual Investors here, the buy and hold cohorts. So it looks like this week is remarkably more bullish, 51.7%. Wow, that's a big spike up. Is there any justification for this? Looks like the bears have stayed constant. It's just I guess the swing voters are really buying into this market high. Okay. Yeah, okay. We're gonna continue to melt up according to these folks. Okay. Let's look at the stock price. Sorry, the stock breadth numbers here. Okay, cool. So aggregate score is 75. We've seen that range for a while. Here is the 125 MA from CNN, and we're still flying well above that. This is kind of cool. The 52-week highs versus 52-week lows, and we're still skewed on the high category. But in stock price breadth, so comparing the total number of shares that are rising compared to total number of shares that are falling, we're still nearing like a midpoint overall, but still slightly skewed towards greed, relatively speaking. And put call ratio, we know that it's still far away from the nuclear zone of 2.0. So we're only at 1.7. So no falling knife. And yeah, all good. Okay, so yeah, I guess more bullishness in the near term. Rational or not, it's going to happen. All right. Let's look at our, February Almanac. We can actually get rid of this. Let's delete this. Let's look at our March Almanac. All right. Mid-month strength and late-month weakness are most evident above. Recent record S&P is up 13, 8 down, and average is 1.1%. Rather turbulent in recent years with wild fluctuations in large gains and losses. March 2020 Dow declined 13.7%, worst March loss since 38. March has been taking some mean end of quarter hits. And down 1469 Dow points in 2001. Last 3 or 4 days, Dow a net loser, 22 out of the last 34 years. And the NASDAQ was hard hit in 01, down 14.5% after a 22.4% drop in February. Second worst NASDAQ month during presidential election years, averaging loss of 1.6%, and third down month to gain more than 1,000 points in 2016. So a lot to unpack here. Let's focus really briefly on the presidential election years. So second worst NASDAQ month. But overall, I think the NASDAQ has done well, right? Relatively speaking, for the last 30 days at least. Up 2.64. Okay. So, but yeah, we got 3 weeks to go. So could be a choppy Ides of March kind of situation. Okay, good stuff. Let's see. Let's take a look at our sector rotation. If you guys have your favorite tickers, we will take a look at that. All right, so here's the 11 subsectors that make up the S&P 500. So, yeah, so here's our 5-week tails. Each chunk is 1 week. And we're seeing a lot of energy flying into oil and gas a little bit. Real estate has been our sector leader for a while, and that's collapsing. Tech is slightly weakening here. So the NASDAQ may be losing its steam soon. Consumer discretionary is not doing well. Let's sort this really quick. All right, so materials are increasing, industrials, energy and oil. And then losers include, yeah, so the consumer stuff, communication, utilities, and real estate. Okay. Let's go into our individual tickers. Or is there anything in the default list here you guys would like to look at? Anything that jumps up at you guys? What's the Nifty? Is this the old Nifty? Wait. Oh, no, this is the Indian Nifty 50. Sorry. I thought it was the old Dow Nifty 50. Okay. Yeah, I should play with this more often. Okay. Oh, anyway, let's go to our favorite tickers. Let's add in, what else should we add in? Super Micro, NVIDIA, SoundHound. What else am I forgetting? Anything else? Anything you guys want to add? Let's see. High flyers here. Wow, Super Micro, Mara, SoundHound, AMD, NVIDIA. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I gotta sort this. There we go. Okay, so SoundHound has been blowing up. And looks like it's petering out. Super Micro looks still like it's set new highs, which is kind of incredible. Not quite a dead cat bounce for Super Micro, but maybe for SoundHound. Okay. And here's Mara, which the other poor kid got his face ripped off, but yeah. Okay. And the worst ticker here is Upstart. And number 2 worst is natural gas. And number 3 is Apple. Holy cow, that is extremely unpopular lately. A lot of money rotating out there. And then here's our clump of Chinese tech stocks, which are also not doing well. Cool. Anything else you guys want to add here? Any other tickers? If not, we can revisit this later. Okay. All right. And then I got screenshots here too, in case you guys need it. All right. Earnings, we'll look at maybe a little towards the end of our session, actually. Let's take a look at what the retail fish are trading. Speaking of fish, Wani, did you get that poker book yet?
I did.
Oh, how'd you like it?
Haven't started looking at it yet.
It's
but
pretty
I
though, right?
will.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has
Yeah, it's
lots
a big book. It's a nice book, yeah.
It's a fun read, lots of photos. Yeah, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I hated it.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, it just was so busy. It made my brain spin.